What would you do if you were bullied or harassed at work? How would you feel if your coworkers isolated you, or your boss imposed unreasonable tasks on you? What if you were slandered, insulted, sexually harassed, or even physically assaulted in the very place you go to work every day? How would you react if you were pushed to the point of quitting or forced to leave your job? What can you do to protect yourself from stress and depression? Workplace bullying may not cause physical harm, but it drains your positive energy and affects your daily productivity, especially when you're being targeted or unfairly pressured at work. No one wants to be stuck in this kind of toxic environment, especially in a place you're tied to day after day. So how do you overcome this adversity? Let's explore some strategies below. Below are 7 suggested steps to help you find your own way of dealing with workplace bullying. But before that, we should first understand what workplace bullying is and why it happens. What is workplace bullying? Just like any other form of bullying, workplace bullying happens when one person, or a group, intentionally harms a colleague. While this type of bullying doesn't always involve physical contact, it can damage your mental health, reputation, and credibility, and may even indirectly affect your physical well-being. Common forms of workplace bullying include spreading false rumors or damaging your reputation, overloading or unfairly pressuring someone with work, gender discrimination, threats or harassment, public criticism or shaming in meetings, taking credit for someone else's work, online harassment, yelling or verbal abuse in front of other employees. If you're experiencing workplace bullying, will you stay silent or choose to stand up for yourself? It can be hard to push back in a professional setting, but if you're ready to reclaim your space, here are some of the best steps to help you address the issue. Causes of workplace bullying. There are 3 common causes behind workplace bullying. 1. Lack of communication. Poor communication builds walls between coworkers. People tend to be wary of those they don't know well and may naturally exclude them, which can lead to bullying. 2. Differences in work performance. Differences in work capabilities. Everyone has different abilities, with their own strengths and weaknesses. If you fail to recognize their strengths, you'll only focus on their weaknesses. This dissatisfaction with their shortcomings can inadvertently lead to conflict. 3. Inability to adapt to company culture. Every company has its own unique culture. Those who struggle to adapt may feel isolated from the group. They often become the thorn that bullies are quick to eliminate. 7 ways to overcome workplace bullying. 1. Self-reflection. You do this to make sure where the problem truly stems from. If the issue lies with you, try to improve yourself and regain the trust of those around you. Take time to understand why your colleagues are avoiding you, or why your superior is being strict or even bullying you. Ask yourself whether the reason might be something you need to work on, such as your performance not meeting expectations, or perhaps a mismatch between you and the company's culture or working environment. If you've already made efforts to improve yourself but the situation hasn't gotten any better, or if the problem doesn't come from you but from external factors beyond your control, then it's time to consider other options. 2. Refer to company policies. If you've identified who is putting pressure on you and affecting your work, it's time to review your company's policies to determine the appropriate way to report such behavior. Enforcing company rules should go hand in hand with providing concrete evidence. If your claims are based solely on rumors from others, this approach may not be viable. Therefore, when facing inappropriate actions from colleagues, make detailed notes of each incident, for example, the time and place it occurred, what specific workplace bullying behavior took place, and how you responded to the situation. If possible, record the names of any witnesses and consider asking them to testify if necessary. If your organization doesn't yet have clear guidelines for handling internal conflicts, talk to your manager to find a way forward and propose the development of rules to help foster a respectful and professional work environment. 3. Address conflicts with colleagues directly. This is not always easy to do, and it may not be possible in every situation. but it can be an appropriate solution if the issue stems from personal conflict. Let them know that you are aware of and have documented the workplace bullying behaviors directed at you. You can offer them a chance to stop these disruptive actions by making a respectful request before escalating the matter to the company. This is a civil and peaceful way to resolve the issue. If your colleague refuses to cooperate and the conflict continues, seek help from a third party, such as your manager or the company's HR department, to mediate and resolve the situation. 4. Report to your supervisor or HR. There are many situations that may fall outside your control, and you may not be able to make the right decision without seeking advice. Therefore, once you've gathered the necessary information, reach out to someone in a position of authority to help resolve the underlying workplace conflicts you're facing. Make sure that everything you share with them is truthful and supported by evidence. However, before bringing the issue to light, take time to reflect and carefully consider the situation to avoid mistaking minor personal misunderstandings for serious bullying, or confusing bullying with regular work-related conflicts. Sometimes, being overly sensitive can unintentionally cast you as a drama queen in the eyes of your colleagues, someone who overthinks and complicates issues unnecessarily. Point 5. Seek legal advice. No one wishes to resort to legal action when facing workplace bullying. However, if the harassment and bullying have severely impacted your reputation, job, or income, you should consider pursuing criminal proceedings. This should be seen as a last resort, only after all personal efforts and internal company interventions have failed to bring a satisfactory resolution. Still, be sure to weigh this decision carefully, as it may require significant time and financial resources to resolve thoroughly. 6. Stay calm and take care of yourself. What you must always remember when facing workplace bullying is to keep a cool head and stay attentive to your own well-being. Staying calm allows you to see the situation from different angles. Negative emotions can sometimes cause you to misinterpret work pressure or challenges as oppression, leading you to believe you're being unfairly treated. It's important to clearly identify the issue to avoid making regrettable mistakes. However, if the situation goes beyond your tolerance, becomes oppressive, or creates a biased perception of you in the workplace, be brave, stand up for yourself and work to overcome it. 7. Consider leaving the workplace. If all of the above methods don't work, consider quitting your job. When you feel that you've reached your breaking point, be brave and make a wise decision to save yourself from potential harm. There's no better solution than to free yourself from a place where you don't belong. Be sure to carefully review the necessary requirements to ensure a smooth resignation process. I wish you find a job you truly enjoy, surrounded by pleasant colleagues, where every workday is a happy one.